Hello again, Michael Friedrich here from beautiful North Carolina at the beginning of summer. I don't know about you, but we are already starting to experience extremely high temperatures, 95 degrees Fahrenheit, 35 degrees Celsius, and it's the first week, so you know what that means for the rest of the summer. Hot! Well, we have a couple products for review today. The first is going to be a pairing of soap and aftershave from Declaration Grooming. This is the Contemplation. This is the new Icarus soap base. This is brand new to the market. I purchased this at the Maggot Razors meetup. I'm going to show you what it looks like. It has a kind of a light brown, it's actually a brown kind of oatmeal-y look to it, and that's interesting. And I'll tell you what's in here before I cover the scent. So this is a wide mix of ingredients. So let's start off with some of the vegan pieces. It's castor oil, avocado oil, mango seed butter. It includes colloidal oatmeal. It does have sea buckthorn fruit extract in here. It has tussa silk, white willow bark extract, as well as grape seed extract. Those are the vegetable components. Now, as you can probably see from the label though, 3 animals come to bear in this soap. And this is absolutely not a vegan soap. This is 100% all the way on the other side. This is animalic in a way. This has bison tallow, lamb tallow, lanolin, and goat's milk. Now, I chose the scent Contemplation. There were 2 others, but I picked this one because it has a really interesting mix of a kind of a light citrus scent, along with what to me smells like a hot grassy field. Not like an overly dry, like at the end of the summer kind of thing, but where the grass is still really green and you have a full field and it's hot outside. That kind of grassy scent. And with an additional piece to it, which to me smells like fern, like a kind of a green vegetable scent to it, which is to me grass and fern. Now, Declaration Grooming has now just, they don't any longer include a scent listing for these particular soaps, and there's a good blog post there that explains why that is the case. I should note, however, that for this scent, there is a touch of sort of animal funk underneath it, right? And so for some people, they're not going to enjoy that, and that's just how it is. But for me, that doesn't bother me at all. I get a good, strong sense of the citrus scent, as well as sort of grassiness, slight earthiness, and the fern. Very interesting. I think there's 2 other scents that go along with this. I think there's a lemon one, and then I think there may have been an aquatic scent as well. But I went for the Contemplation. I have a big piece of that still stuck in the Captain's Choice loading bowl. I've actually used a bit too much during the course of the week, so I scooped some extra in there for today. I'm also going to be shaving with a blade that is new to me that was kindly sent through by a person on Reddit. And you know who you are. Thank you very, very much for the kind offer. The Aeterna blades. These are super stainless blades made in Sweden. So I've never tried these. In fact, I've never even seen these. So it's a great opportunity to go ahead and give those a try. I've actually shaved with 2 razors this week. The first part of the week I was shaving with the Icon X3 because there was a bit of a debate whether I had somehow transposed 2 different heads. That is still my head and it still shaves great. Today is going to be the Fatip, Testina, Gentile, in part because I wanted to give this blade a run in something that I know very well. So let me just get the blade seated in the top cap, get the razor assembled. Yes, I am still using the nylon washers. For those of you wondering, these are M5 nylon washers with a 10 millimeter exterior diameter, a 5 millimeter interior diameter, and they're 1 millimeter thick. You can purchase them in lots of hundreds for very, very little money. Okay, today I'm going to be using the Semogue Owners Club boar. It's been soaking while I showered. You can see the soap is pressed in there. Now, there's a couple things about the soap that you should know. So yes, this is extremely rich soap. Bison tallow, the lamb tallow, the goat's milk, and the lanolin. You can already tell from that set of ingredients alone, probably going to be very good. This is very thirsty soap and can really use a very wide range of water. So I'm actually going to start off with a not all too dry brush. So that's damp but not dripping. And I'm going to load pretty heavy. First couple days, actually, when I was using this, we actually had a water quality problem in our community well. There's actually too much sodium hydroxide, so pH in the water was off, but actually I still got a pretty good lather. It's just a little bit thin, but that's 100% just a water quality issue. So I'm just making sure I get enough of the soap on there. Yeah, as you lather it up, I get a little bit more of sort of the grass and the fern, and the citrus fades a little bit to the background. You can see what's already happening in there. Kind of a glossy foam is already starting to build. All right, let's see if I have enough in there. That looks pretty good. If I need to, I'm going to scoop out some of the remainder of the lather from the Captain's Choice bowl. 2 days of growth, as always. Wet my face again. Using the extremely advanced left-handed top to bottom. All right, let's go ahead and get the lather going. So I think there's a couple design objectives with this soap base, obviously, which is to make for an extremely slick, very rich, a very creamy kind of fatty soap, and then also deliver on a kind of a superior post shave. And I have to say, so far this week, I've been extremely impressed with the performance of the soap. The first couple shaves with the Icon X3, it really did not feel like there was a blade in that razor at all. It was just incredibly friction free. I mean, just absolutely beautiful. I'm going to add a bit more water to that. That feels a little bit airy still. And just pull some of the lather from the bottom of the brush. This soap can take a lot of water, by the way, so don't cheat yourself. You should keep adding until you feel like you have a nice, thick, glossy Now, you can make this into a big, thick, voluminous lather, but I have not bothered, in part because the soap is so slick that you just don't need that thick of a layer. I'm going to add a touch more water because it still sounds a little airy to me. Pull some of the excess off the bottom. There we go. Yeah, you can kind of hear it settling down a little bit. Yeah, look at that. That's very nice and wet. Yeah, and you know, shaves like these for the last week, it just proves to me just personally that doing these weekly reviews is absolutely the way to go. You know, if I just settled on that first shave based on the first impression, would not be doing this soap justice at all. All right, let's go ahead and start shaving. This is gonna be the first pass. This will be with the grain. These Aeterna blades, by the way, the first shave in the Fatip, a little bit tuggy and rough, and it reminded me a bit of the Vashkot, but on that first shave, it still feels and sounds a little rough. It's not nearly as smooth as, let's say, the Pulse Silver, the Super Iridium. Maybe not as smooth as something like the Wilkinson Sword for more of a kind of a mid-range blade. But I had a mostly BBS shave on Friday, so this is the third use of this blade. Definitely sounds and feels a bit different than some of the ones I've been using recently, like the Silver Blue. But still overall pretty happy with it. I would say sense strength on the soap, by the way, in use is mild. But man, slickness on the soap is just fantastic. This razor and blade combo is just not as kind of friction free as the X3 was, but I did really want to try these blades this week. There we go. Yeah, the soap is just very easy to use. Definitely needs water, but of course I'm used to that because I tend to use quite a bit of water anyway. I'm always, nervous when I see people sort of underhydrating the soap and they're just working this lather and working it, but in fact they're never adding any water to it, so it never really improves. Now you're going to see this is going to be a slightly thinner layer, and that's going to be totally fine because it's going to be an incredibly slick layer. And then for the third pass, what I'll do is I'll pull out the remaining soap from the brush and a bit more from the loading bowl. The loading bowl is really good for the first, 4 shaves, let's say. But if you don't put enough soap in that bowl, because it's not really designed to just hold soap in it, because of those ridges, the soap tends to press down into it, so it's flat and actually quite hard to load out of it. So what I've taken to doing now is for the last 2 shaves or so is just adding some to the bowl. There we go. Wow, that just feels the smoothness of the brush in the face. Sign of good things to come. All right, just rinse off my hands, and this will be the across the grain. And this is where some of the slickness is really going to come out. Yep. Those kind of passes just depend 100% on a very slick layer to the soap. Wow. As always, this razor is just, for me, just so simple and easy to use. All right, almost done with the neck. Yeah, and the hairs at the bottom of my neck, by the way, are, at least it seems to me, are either coming in lower now. They already grow flat and sort of along the direction with, sort of flat in the direction of the growth. They don't stick out. It makes them actually quite hard to get, and they seem to be getting tougher and flatter. Not a great combo. Yeah, beautiful slickness. You never know when you try new soap, and this is also, I think, this may be the first Declaration Grooming soap that I've used. I actually have 2 more in store. I bought 3 total. Really no idea what to expect, but I really wanted to try this new base, and well, let's see how this holds up against the original base, or the current base. I'm just loading a little bit more soap, because I have it to spare, might as well use it. All right, I'm gonna drip a bit of water into the brush. You can see how sleek and shiny that is. Just a touch of water in there. Wow. So good. Yeah, I'm sure this is happening to a lot of you. You have certain soaps, you also just know how they perform, so you begin to lather them and you can just recognize there's a certain kind of creamy, dense slickness to them when you're moving the brush over your face, and you just know that is a quality lather. I'm going to squeeze out the remainder. That looks pretty good, gotta say. That's for Uncle W. All right, there we go. And there's still some back in that. All right, rinse off my hand and let's do the final against the grain pass. Absolutely zero complaints about this soap. Just absolutely loving the performance. Beautiful, smooth, protective layer right there. For those of you who are still exploring the buffing technique, very light touch, don't overdo it. The whole point of the buffing is that you're sort of polishing, really. And you're not scraping or rubbing. And to be clear, I am feeling a touch of resistance because I'm, of course, shaving against the grain. But I'm letting the buffing action or the polishing take care of that, not by pressing down. Excellent superior, just really very nice residual slickness there. Lather is really well hydrated, and the fact that it may look a little bit thin now is absolutely inconsequential, no issues. There we go. Stop right there. Okay, 3 passes. Now, post-shave. Wow, beautiful, beautiful smooth shave. There's just a touch right there at the bottom. There we go. Quick rinse. So the soap, in terms of how easily it rinses, pretty easy. It's not one of these very recalcitrant, difficult to rinse soaps. There we go. Get that off the ear. Post shave really has been excellent. Just a nice, slick feeling to the skin. No tightness, no heat, really no irritation. I'm really buffed like crazy on the bottom there. No issues at all. Been extremely happy with that. Now, I could stop right there, but I do have the matching aftershave, so I'm not going to stop right there. But I will tell you that right now, skin feels very, very good. There's been a couple soaps I've had where I just thought, you know what, at the end of it, I really don't need like an aftershave balm. Yeah, my skin feels very, very good right now. All right, let's go ahead and use the matching aftershave. So the scent definitely is stronger in the aftershave, and of course it doesn't include that same slightly animal funk because it doesn't have the soap base, obviously. Let me see if I can actually read what's in here. There's absolutely no way. It's very small green letters on a white background. And without my glasses, no way. It does have alcohol. It does have menthol. I believe it does have witch hazel. There's a number of other ingredients here, which if I could read them to you, I would be more than happy to do so. But sadly, I cannot. So shake it up a little bit. This has more menthol than the Chatillon Luxe, which is very light. I have to say though, with the very hot days here, this has been a very welcome addition to the morning. It is just enough menthol that for me, I get a little bit of touch of kind of the watery eye. Bit of alcohol there. The menthol coming in right after that. For the aftershave, the scent for me is a better blend of the citrus and something sort of herbaceous and green. The grassy scent is a little bit lighter. And what it really reminds me of is the Meersol Formula C, the mint, green, grassy, but it has a very similar kind of scent to it. Oh, it has just the right amount of menthol. That's like, for me, because I'm not a menthol head, that's kind of right at the tip there. But for these hot days, man, that just feels very, very good. All right, well, that my friends, was an excellent shave. Time to close it out because we are done. I'm stopping right there. Let's make a super quick review of the products. Declaration Grooming Icarus base. It's the bison tallow, lamb tallow, goat's milk, and lanolin for the 4 animal products in there. A very interesting scent combination, at least for me. The soap base is thirsty and can take just a ton of water. If you want to keep adding water, you should end up getting, as you saw, kind of a very slick, yogurty shine to your lather. Beautiful slickness, zero irritation, extremely easy to use. On the X3, the first couple days, basically completely friction free. The blade in the Fatip Testina Gentile, that Aeterna, is a bit rougher, so you have a bit more face feel to it. But with a sharper blade or a different razor like the X3, just completely smooth, easy, trouble-free passes, just beautiful. The brush, our old friend, the Semogue Owners Club, the boar. And then to close it out, the Contemplation Aftershave. I think the scent in this is really quite lovely. Of course, the scent is different in the soap because of the mix of the animal products there, but either way, I'm very, very happy that I purchased those. I have to say, exceedingly impressed with that soap base. Beautiful, easy shaves, absolutely effortless. Make sure that you're using enough water in that lather and using enough soap, and you're going to be rewarded with what you could see here, which is a beautiful, slick, very protective, easy to use lather. Extremely well done, and very, very happy that I purchased that. Okay, well, I'm going to call it quits right there and move on with the rest of the day. I want to thank you all so much again for watching. As always, I appreciate the time you're taking to watch these videos. If you have comments or questions, please feel free to leave them against this video or any previous video. Again, thank you so much for all the time you're taking. I appreciate the just people's commitment to keeping these videos going. Thank you so much. And until next time, goodbye.